This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ, or Iglesianicristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we show you the flavor of life here in the District of New Jersey.
Hey everyone, welcome back to INCRadio New Jersey Satellite Studio, where we show you the flavor of life. And today's flavor is kind of cold. We're talking about staying warm during the cold winter temperatures, with and without snow. So joining today, we actually have more old friends. Joining us, we have Karen, Maricel, and Jeff. Hi everyone. Hope you're all warm. Okay, so we're going to dive right into it. Even though winter doesn't officially start until December 21, the winter weather has already arrived in our region, in the Northeast region. So we're going to start off with this because I know everyone's already been making these changes. What changes do you make when the weather becomes colder and in anticipation of I have snow on the rundown, but I want to say snow, sleet, frozen rain, hail. What other precipitation do we get here? So I'm going to start off with Karen. Karen, what changes do you make when the weather becomes cold?
Wow. One change I do make in the wintertime that I notice, if you don't do it, especially if you know snow and rain and all the hell and everything is coming, one thing a lot of people leave out that I've learned that you must do is to turn your trash cans over. Because if you have your trash cans outside filling up with snow, sleet, rain, whatever, it's harder to maneuver it and to dump it. You have to dump all of that out. Imagine a trash can full of snow. You know, it's pretty hard to lift up and dump out.
Oh, yeah. And then your garbage collector is not going to want to pick that up if it's too heavy, right?
Exactly.
That's not fun. All right, Marisol, what do you got?
So the change that I'm going to make this year for the first time, I haven't done this in the past years, but to change my car tires into snow tires. So I'm actually very excited because, you know, I'm always on the road, and we found a very great deal of snow tires that's specifically for my car. So before the first snowfall, Brian is going to install those snow tires. So I'm excited for that.
Ooh, you're going to have to show them off. Snow tires. I know those are expensive too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but we got them from Marketplace.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Very,
Great.
very good deal, like 75% off.
Sometimes
So
I feel like we should have a camera following you, like for your hunting for deals, so everyone can experience how exciting and fulfilling it is to get a good deal. I know
Now,
you're
will you get a good deal on someone putting them on?
I think she said Brian's gonna put them on.
Oh, that's a
Which
good
means
deal.
it's free.
That's a good deal.
he will put
deal.
them on. He will put them on, but he will take them to like
Over the car shop to
somewhere
make
for
sure
to balance
balance
the
it.
tires. Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Safety first. All right. What about you, Jeff? What's one change you make when the weather becomes colder?
Well, actually, I'll give two because, as you mentioned, safety first, and it's really important that you brought that up because we've seen it in the past couple of days. Actually, it was raining and then it was super cold out. So when you're out there, you're walking on the pavement, you never know when it's slippery. There could be black ice or just ice in general. So, sorry, this is preempting the show and tell, but you have this. You know, salt makes things taste better, but this is not the kind that you eat. You know, this is what you sprinkle on the
Don't need
sidewalk.
that.
Yeah. Actually, I hope not. Going back to my
Oh
former
God.
chemist days, but I
No,
don't have
no,
to
don't
try.
eat that. Don't eat the snow that don't eat the salt that you put in the snow. No.
Yeah. But no, super important because other times of year you never really put it on because rain is just rain, and yeah, it's a little bit slippery, but you can tend to have some traction on it. But if there is even just a thin layer of ice, I was just on my porch the other day and I almost fell. So I'm like, yep,
Does
it's
that
time
have
for
the
this
one
stuff.
with the styrofoam in it? I know there's some like salting ones that have styrofoam, and I don't really understand that.
Hmm. Actually, it's interesting that you bring that up because one of the things that I was reading was some people use kitty litter for traction. So the
Oh
styrofoam might be for
yeah.
traction. Yeah.
If
It
it's
just leaves a mess. Kitty litter leaves a real big mess. I've tried
Yeah.
it.
And that's expensive to use
Yes,
litter as
but I
Yeah.
heard people put that in their emergency car kits in case they get stuck,
and
and they
they should
use
use
that.
salt. They should
Hmm.
use salt.
Oh.
Actually, what I do is I'll have the quart zip container, and I'll put some of this, and also some. I don't really use kitty litter. I do have some very fine aquarium gravel or sand. And I'll use that for traction. So yes.
Ooh, okay. All right. Is that do
Oh,
you
you
have
know what? Sand is a good idea. So when you bring all that sand back from the beach, save it. You can use it in the wintertime.
yeah, just collect it all in your trunk and then save it for the winter time.
It collects anyway.
So funny.
And it'll remind you of a nice day at the beach. So when it's cold and gloomy out, you're
I don't
just
feel warm when I think
ah.
I feel sad when I think of the summer when it's really cold outside. But then when it's really like 105 degrees outside, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for winter. Okay,
Mhm.
are you ready for our show and tell? Yes. Okay, we're gonna share each one. Everyone's gonna share one favorite winter accessory. Starting with Karen, you go first. What's your
Okay,
favorite?
my favorite winter accessory is a hat.
Ooh, I like that one. Is
Yeah,
it
this
lined inside, Karen? Does it have
actually
fleece?
this
No.
one isn't, but I do have one that's lined inside with
Yeah.
silk, and it's good for
Oh.
my hair because
Ooh.
yeah, because this kind of material really it kind of sticks. So I
Yeah.
usually wear silk cap with this one, but
Ooh.
I do have one that is lined
I
with silk.
never I never knew that they made it with silk. That's a great suggestion. All right. What about you, Marisol? What do you have?
Me, I this is my favorite accessory, leggings with fleece. Like it's so
Ooh.
warm. See the
Is that
inside.
and that's for outside or for home?
Oh, this is
For
for
home.
outside. This is for outside.
Got it. When you're doing all your outdoorsy stuff with the family, nice. I do like the fleece. That is nice. What about you, Jeff? What do you have?
All right. So everyone likes to use their phone, but no one likes to do it with cold hands. So we have gloves
Oh,
that
that they're
convert into mittens, you know.
are those
And
lined?
yes, they are. As a matter of fact, let's see if we can show it
Okay.
on the camera.
I
Oh,
have the
nice.
same one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
I lost
nice.
mine. Sad. I lost mine from last season. I always lose one hand, so I gotta look for another hand. All right. So last but not least, me. I like a lot of things for winter, but my favorite thing is a thick scarf like this. This is a with a smart wool or whatever smart material this is, because it's extra warm. And when it's a thick scarf, I know some people don't like thick scarves. You can also drape it so that you can wear it as a hood. If you lose your hat, I lose my hat. I mean, I have it here, but you know, it's raining. You can put it on, and then you can also fold it up and make it thin. So, and then you can also wear it as a wrap if you're out wherever. So that's my favorite. I know Jeff. Jeff, you have a lot of winter accessories. You have some fun hats too. I
Oh
know
yeah,
we
yeah.
said only one, but I think we all brought more than one. So if we have time at the end of our discussion, we'll come back. All right, because we are timing today, so we're not late. Okay, so hold on to your second and third round of winter accessories. We're gonna go to our parents because I know this is a sore point for some families. How do you get your kids to wear the winter accessories, right? You paid so much money for it, you went shopping, and then now the kids lost it or left it at home or it got lost on the bus or the monster ate it. I don't know. I don't know what excuses they use. So, what is pieces of advice that you can tell parents, starting with Marisol, to get their kids to wear the winter accessories?
Okay, when they were little, it's so easy to make them wear their accessories, and like I always put put a name on each accessory, so because they lose it easily. And good thing, in their school they have this lost and found bin, so if nobody gets it, hopefully nobody gets it, it's easy, like they can like there's a name in each accessory. So that's one thing I would say to parents: make sure you put a label to those accessories. But as my kids grew older, it gets harder and harder, because they're older and they have their own taste, and my taste is not their taste. So in their age, they're teenagers now, I have to, before I buy something, I shop something for them, I call them and show them, if I'm ordering online, hey, we're getting ready for winter, so you've outgrown your clothing, your accessories, so take a look at these things that I want to buy for you. Will you wear this if I buy this for you? And I make them shop for their own accessories. That way I know that they will actually wear them and not be wasting my money because they don't want to wear them.
Wow, you're a good negotiator if your kids don't lose their accessories. But okay, all right. So now to Karen, who's seen a number of generations, right? And you have grandkids now. So what's your take on getting kids to wear their accessories?
Well, you're right. They do lose it a lot. You are looking in the lost and found in school for their things. I think one of my girls said that they retrieved like 3 or 4 coats from their son from the lost and found already. He's always losing it. So that's one thing. You do want to make sure you have more than one coat for them. You do. Whether,
I didn't
so
think coat. I'm thinking like gloves, and I had but a coat too.
yeah. Oh, yes, coats too, because they take them off to run around in the schoolyard, and then the bell ring. They run inside, and then
You
the
forget it
the
in the yard.
people are picking up. The staff are picking up coats out of the schoolyard. You just take them to lost and found. Eventually, they'll be they'll be retrieved. But for gloves and things, I mean, even myself, I have trouble keeping up with gloves. But for little ones with gloves, you can always pin them to their coat. So that way, when they take it off, it's still hanging there. There used to be a little connector that they used to have for kids.
Yes.
I don't have babies anymore, so I don't know if they still have it, but it had like a little clip that would go from the glove to the coat, so that if they took the glove off, the glove is still there. And then you do have to teach children that when they take off their coats and hats, they put their gloves inside their coat, their hat, and then stick it inside their coat sleeve or their pocket. If you teach them that enough, they'll get the hang of it. But as for the teenagers, you're right, Sister Maricel. You have to let them pick their own clothes, because if you don't, because kids are cool at school. The older they get, the more kids are think, oh, everybody's wearing this. This is in style. Oh, your mama's still picking out that. So they'll tease you. I never forget, my son was in the 5th grade when he said, "Mom, can I start dressing better?" Like, whoa. I'm like, what can I say to that? But okay, I guess that means I can't be buying his clothes anymore. So, yes, because kids, look, I remember my school days, and I remember being teased, and, that kind of like make them think that you're poor because you're wearing something that your mama picked out. So it's very important to, yes, let them pick out their own things. And that way, and they'll keep up with those things if you tell them, if you lose this one, you're going to wear what I brought. So if they'll keep up with it, because they don't want to wear what you brought.
Oh, that's a thought. Okay.
Or you're gonna use your own money to buy. I'm not buying anymore.
Oh no. He's only gonna have one glove for the whole winter season. Marcel. Just like me. Okay. All right. So um moving on, let's talk about advice. Okay. So we're gonna talk about winter mistakes. So what is so this if you were to go back in time, well, I guess let's just talk about winter mistakes. So what is a mistake that you've made during the winter time? We're going to start off with Karen.
Oh, wow.
Or a tip.
Ooh.
Or a tip for someone who's new in the region. What is one tip that you would give?
A tip that I would get is make sure you have the proper clothing before you go out because like I was working with one of the doctors from California and he was here and when the cold weather hit, he was like, wow, I wasn't prepared for this. So yes, you have to make sure you have a heavy jacket and a thin jacket because you don't know what that weather is going to be like.
Yeah, I
Um,
know. But also, if you keep it in your car, how's it going to help you?
well, me myself, my coat goes in my car. I don't like wearing jackets. I don't like wearing coats. Mine stay in the car. I only wear it outside if I really, really have to. If I think I'm gonna be standing outside for a minute. Other than that, if I'm going from the parking lot to the building, I don't even wear my coat. People look at me like I'm crazy, but I can't overheat. I'd
Wait,
rather be cold than to be hot.
wait, but if you don't wear your coat, are you wearing your scarf and your hat? No.
I might have a thin jacket on and maybe my scarf and my hat, maybe.
Okay. Okay. All right. I don't know how to feel about that. Well, I'm a commuter, so I'm always on my feet. All right, Marisol.
Okay, this is a big one because this is a big mistake that I made a few years ago. So if you are new, in a snowy area, if you are a driver, learn how to drive in a snowy ground. Like find a big, like when it snows, like after snowing, maybe get somebody to drive to teach you how to drive in the snowy pavement because it's really different. Like go to a big parking lot and just drive because I had a bad accident a few years ago where I did total my car. It was the first snow of the year and there were so many accidents that year because the forecast was wrong and nobody was prepared. The grounds were salted. But to make the long story short, I totaled my car. I knew what to do because Brian taught me what to do when you start skidding. He taught me never push on the brakes, right? That you just let it go. But when you're panicking, I kept on pushing the
Great.
brakes and I just went boop 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 and I
Oh,
total like
no.
I turned like this like 90
Oh,
degrees like the driver side is on the ground. Yeah, so it was really bad, but thankfully nothing happened to me, but my car was totaled. But it's different knowing it and actually applying it. So learn how to drive in the snow.
oh, that's a tough lesson.
Yeah,
We're
I
happy
hate
you're
driving in
okay,
the snow. I hate driving in the snow.
and everyone should just stay home when it's
Yeah.
if you can. All right, Jeff. What about you? One winter mistake or one tip for someone who's new to the area?
Okay, got to piggyback off what Sister Karen was saying in terms of wearing stuff, which is, you have the coat, you have the whatever layers, but you have to know how to properly layer them. You have your inner layer, which will go right against your skin, so that'll absorb whatever moisture or sweat. And then you have maybe another layer, but then you also have a fluffy layer to trap in the air. So it's an insulating layer. And then after that will be your windproof and also possibly waterproof layer. So that is super important, especially if you're going out, it's snowing and it's below freezing. You got to know how to layer.
The art of layering. I agree with you. That's why I think jackets in our region, winter coats are such an investment because you want to get that coat, especially if you're going to spend time outside, that actually has the water resistant shell. So, because the puffy jackets, if you're outside, like digging out your car for 20 minutes, all of a sudden your jacket gets heavy because it just absorbs all the water while it's snowing or raining, whatever the precipitation is. Okay, we actually have 2 minutes to do one more round of favorite winter accessories. Who has a second one that they want to share? Yeah,
I have my hat
with a light?
with the light. Yeah, so
Where did you get that?
this is really good
Whoa.
in the
That's
Oh, cool.
that's fun. Karen, do you have something? A second one?
Yes, I have a Snuggie. It's a
Oh,
Snuggie blanket, and it's supposed to have with the hands
arms.
out. It was a
Yeah.
birthday gift. So it's like a blanket. You snuggle up with it, and it keeps your arms out.
I feel like I would probably wear that under my coat.
I think
All
it's
right.
nice to snuggle up with this and a nice book during this nice snowy day.
Yeah, a book, not
A
an
book
online
book.
book, a book, a physical book. All right, what about you, Jeff? What other accessory do you have?
Okay, so for those who are like me, who have sensitive skin or are sensitive to humidity, you can be as bundled up as you want, but if the air is dry inside your house, you're gonna be uncomfortable. Your lips will be cracking. You're getting a nosebleed. So, got one of these.
Whoa. Oh, and it's small enough for you to lift to show everybody.
Yep, yep,
All
yeah.
right, and that's a relatively inexpensive brand, right?
Yes, yeah. I mean, you can get them anywhere. Ultrasonic cool mist humidifiers, and it's important to mention cool mist humidifier because I think hot mist, generates some heat
Makes
and
it worse, right?
makes it
Yeah,
worse.
makes it worse. Okay.
Yep. But you have a nice cool mist humidifier, and also the newer ones have humidistats on them, so you can kind of set it to a certain relative humidity and just forget about it.
Do
Just
you
have
have
to
that? Do
have
you
'em
have
on.
that on the nightstand next to your, or do you have that in different parts of the house?
I actually have them in different parts of the house. We actually have one in each room.
Ooh,
So
that's very
yeah.
nice. All right, I see we have about 45 seconds left for this segment, so I just want to share. I love my boots. It's lined. This is not
Nice.
real animal. It's fake animal. It's synthetic, but and it's lined all the way to the feet. So like I said, I'm a commuter, so I'm always outside on my feet. And also the smart technology that we have for our base layers, right? Ooh, you got one too, Jeff. All right,
Yep.
yeah, our base layers. So I don't know which layer is this, layer number one or number two, Jeff?
Uh,
Base layer
if that
number
is the
two.
thermal layer, I would say that would be number two,
Mm.
because then you have like your underlayer, like your underwear, but then you put the thermal layer right on top of that.
Yeah, and it's very thin and light. So I actually pack this sometimes when I know it's going to be colder weather. All right, and that is it for our discussion. The alarm's going off. So just want to go around and ask everyone for their shout outs, starting with Karen.
Okay, I'd like to give a shout out to the local of Philadelphia. That's my locale. And to everyone there, I'd like to give a shout out to, and to Brother Allen, our district minister, who officiated in our at our locale last Sunday. Like to give a shout out to him, and to all the December birthdays, including mine, which is coming up soon.
Woo! Cake
Oh.
time. All right. Now, next up, Marisol, you have any shout outs?
I would like to say advance happy birthday to Sister Karen.
Woo! Happy
And
birthday.
shout out to Brother Brian and to Gabriel and Caleb and to everyone who's watching today.
Yeah, hopefully everyone's warm. All right, Jeff, you're up.
All right, happy birthday again, Sister Karen. Hope you have a great and fantastic one. And as Karen had greeted her home locale, I got to greet my home locale of Bergen. And to Bergen's own Daisy Doc and I, happy birthday and happy anniversary. Happy birthday also to Jasmine Herrera. And then in other parts of the district, happy birthday to Sharon Castro, Junto Quiero, and also happy birthday to one of our perennial viewers, Jennifer Trinidad. And then also happy
Woo!
birthday also to Arnie Jane D. And also over in Washington, D.C., Dr. Ron Minorca. Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday to
Oh,
all of you.
nice. And for my greetings, I want to say happy birthday to Sister Nicole Torno. Happy birthday. And advance happy birthday to my very own sister, Lara Fardo, all the way there in Bayonne. Okay. So I know this is the moment everyone's been waiting for every show. They want to know who is the winner for our audience spotlight. So turning it over to you, Karen.
Okay, so first of all, for our honorable mention, again, we have Bayonne. For our
Bayonne.
third place, Philadelphia went from first place last week to third place this week. All right. For second place, we have Aston. And for our number one place, who won last week, Elizabeth. Yay.
Yay! Congrats, Elizabeth. I only got in one hashtag, I think, last time. All right, for our next segments, turning it over to you, Jeff.
All right, and for our activities, as usual, please check with your local congregation for details on local events and the Bible study schedule. There's always something interesting going on, and it's a great opportunity to see other people and, you know, just stay warm. Okay, and now we have CFO in action.
CFO in action.
Elizabeth congregation in the District of New Jersey recently conducted a successful blood donation drive as part of the INC Giving Project, demonstrating their commitment to serving the community. In partnership with Vitalant, members generously donated blood to support patients in need. This altruistic endeavor showcased the congregation's compassion and dedication to helping others, reflecting the church's teachings on kindness and charity. Through this event, the brethren embodied the values of selflessness and community service. Led by District Minister Brother Alan Fernandez, the brethren in the District of New Jersey remain united in all the activities launched by the church administration. This was our CFO in action over the past week. From the District of New Jersey, this is Sister Marisol Davidoff. We'll have more on the CFO in action next week. See ya!
All right. So I think we have time for one more round of tips. Does anyone have anything else they want to say before we close out the show?
Sure. Yeah. I also would like to add to adjust your daily routine because, like leave some time to de-ice your windshield, to heat up your car, and also make room for, especially when it's snowing, to give extra time to leave early because it's going to be a slow drive. So adjust your daily routine.
All right. How many minutes? 10?
Maybe
15?
15, yeah, 10 to 15
Ooh,
minutes.
15 minutes.
I
That's a
would
big
suggest
change.
an hour. I would suggest an hour because sometimes that snow could be bad. It really can.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You're
true.
commuting.
Yeah.
If you're commuting, or if you're taking the transportation, or even if you're, if you're driving, because if you're driving on that snow, you never know how the roads are going to be, what's going to
Yeah.
be cut off, or who's going to have an accident somewhere. So
Yeah.
it's better to, I say, about an hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. Even walking, you have to 15 minutes to 30 minutes if, add it to your prep time. Also, putting on all these layers takes forever. Takes me an extra 7 minutes to put on everything: boots, coat, gloves, scarf.
You
And then
really time it, Leia.
I have to, because if you got to catch the train, you're like, oh, how many more minutes do I have left? I guess.
I'm sorry, Leia, because even when I caught the bus, I can't layer myself like that. That's too much. I
You
can't
have-
overheat.
You have.
I can't overheat.
Yeah,
Even when because sometimes I would catch especially when it's snow. I don't like driving. I'd rather catch the bus.
Yeah.
And I still can't see
You
myself
can take
layering.
you
it
can
like
take your
that.
scarf off and your hat off when you get there. It's just the getting there part. And when the sidewalks are icy, it's doubly dangerous. So you can't really walk that fast if you're late. So Jeff, you have anything else before we close out the show?
Yeah, and actually, winter, it can be a pretty depressing time of year, but when it snows, it's beautiful. So just take the time to really enjoy it. We live in a part of the country where, we have all four seasons, and all four seasons express themselves. And, if you can, go out on a hike safely when it snows, and it's like you're in a totally different world, especially if the water's totally frozen over and frozen enough that you can walk on it. But well, make sure that you're safe, but enjoy the beauty of
I
winter.
was just saying, enjoy the beauty. Don't walk on that ice. Like, don't be the first one to be out there, Jeff.
I'm laughing when you said hike in the snow because we tried that one winter and I kept slipping on. Good thing Brian was there to catch me. I'm like, I'd rather climb like a steep mountain than hike in a like a snowy,
Yeah.
Well,
All
I
right.
open my windows and I just enjoy. I have a big bay window and I just enjoy the snowfall.
Yep.
It's so beautiful.
No, it is until it gets too cold to be standing in front of an open window with the snow
Until
blowing.
you have to drive in it too.
All right. Well, we're going to be talking about other winter things in upcoming shows. So for now, we need to end the show. So I'm tossing it over to Jeff.
All right, and that's it for today's show. Thanks to everyone who tuned in and listened in, and hopefully you're warm and snuggly wherever you are. If you found value in our discussion today, please like and subscribe for more content like this. And also, if you think this episode would be helpful to someone, especially someone from out of the area that would like these tips, please share the episode with them and share the link with them. And if there's a topic that you'd like to hear about or join us on, feel free to reach out.
And before we go, we'd like to thank our church administration for their continuous support to INC Radio and allowing us to have a show where we can stay connected and learn together. We want to acknowledge our district supervising minister, Brother Alan P. Fernandez, our Assistant District Supervising Minister, Brother Ruben Bustos Jr., our Christian Family Organization Overseer, Brother Royal Molin, and our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother James Malabanan.
But we'd especially like to thank our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo Manalo, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Manalo, and we'd also like to thank our INT radio station manager, Brother Wally Tarai, and our techs in the main studio.
And before we say goodbye, we'd like to thank all of those who tuned into our show today. And we will see you on our next episode.
Bye,
Goodbye.
everybody. Stay warm.
Bye.